How are you? What's the crack? Welcome to my Breathwork information video. My name is Matt Burke. I'm the creator of the Magic Minds Foundation. I'm also the host of the Magic Minds podcast, stories that have the power to inspire. I'm really grateful that you've chosen to do a breathwork session with me. I absolutely love breathwork. In this video, I'm going to share three things with you. Firstly, I'm going to give you some information and history about my training and love for health and well-being and fitness and breathwork. Secondly, I'm going to share with you some personal benefits of breathwork and benefits that I've seen and heard report back from clients that I've worked with, and the power that breathwork has had in those people's lives and my life too. Lastly, then I'm going to share with you what to expect when you do this breathwork session. What will it look like? What's the layout? I'm going to give you lots of information so you'll be at peace and you'll understand what's going to happen when you turn up for a breathwork session. So, a little bit of history about myself. It wasn't until 2007 that I started my health and fitness journey. I always trained and I loved health and well-being, but it was in 2007 that I went back and I studied health, well-being, personal training, leisure management. That led me on then to do a sports science degree in Tallaght, and I absolutely loved it. It was all starting to come together. My love for training, my understanding, my deepened understanding at a scientific level. In 2010, I started working in the National Rehab. I worked with adults with acquired brain injury. I was what was known as a cognitive rehab therapist. So I was working in trauma and I absolutely loved it. I loved helping people navigate through difficult times in life. It was very similar to my own experience. I've had difficult times in life. So to help someone else that was finding life a little difficult was really, really rewarding, and I absolutely loved it. It wasn't until 2015 that I came across meditation, met the Bafna, love and kindness meditation to be exact, and I fell in love. It was beautiful. What I physiologically felt, the way I was thinking, the emotions run through, I never experienced that like that before, and I was sold. It was that same year that I came across my first breathwork book by Patrick McCone called The Oxygen Advantage. So all the science, all the spirituality, all the work that I've been doing was all starting to come together, and it was lovely. I was infusing all the spiritual work along with the educational stuff, the science. It was all becoming one, and I can apply it to myself and the people that I was working with, and I absolutely loved it. And from that time, I started doing lots of mindfulness meditation courses, breathwork training, right up to this year doing a psychedelic breathwork training in Berlin. And I'm a student of the game. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So what do I do now? Now, I left the National Rehab in 2021-22. I run events such as Love, Breath and Miracles. I run men's and women's circles. I do one-to-one sessions with men and women. I also go around schools and prisons facilitating workshops that I have designed, all in service of empowering people, helping people, supporting people, encouraging people to achieve optimum health and well-being, whether that's through the workshops I run, through the talks that I do, through the breathwork sessions, through these breathworks here. It's all in service of help and service. So all in all, I've possibly been in, I think, this health, well-being, holistic sector 17 years, and it's been phenomenal. Absolutely love it. So let's talk about the benefits and powerful effects of breathwork. What is breathwork? Breathwork is an umbrella term for us consciously changing our pattern of breathing so we can achieve physical, mental, emotional and spiritual improvements. And during our session together, I'm going to use a variety of breathwork techniques such as humming bee breath, coherent breathing, conscious connected breathing and nasal breathing. And I'll guide you through all of these. Before we get into the benefits, I want you to understand we think in our head, we feel in our body, and breathwork requires us to come down our head and into our body. Breathwork helps us increase our capacity to feel more love, feel more joy, feel more happiness, feel more experiences in the body without judgment. So one of the main ones for me when I started off breathwork was it helped me with improving my emotional regulation. I had a tendency to get angry, to get irritated, but when I used breathwork and breathwork practices And these practices that you're going to sit through has helped me to regulate that really, really well. It also helped me release anxiety and stress. Times that I have been stressed and anxious before breath work, I've done the breath work and I felt a lot more peaceful, a lot more settled and grounded. Absolutely beautiful. Another one is great for is boosting our mood, creative downloads. I've had clients say to me, Matt, during breath work sessions, I'd have downloads of information coming in, what I should do about my business, what I should do about my life, and absolutely phenomenal. Also, there's lots of aha moments during breathwork people have had. I've had aha moments around old stories and patterns and trauma that was stored in the body. I'll share an experience I had in Berlin when I done my psychedelic breathwork facilitator training. I was breathing, doing the conscious connected breathing, and I was trying too hard. I was breathing a little bit faster than I should have, and my instructor, facilitator, come over and said to me, slow down, go easy. And I started to tell myself a story in my head. I'm not good enough, I'm not doing it right, she'll think I'm not good at this. Then I realised that's a familiar story, that's a familiar pattern. And I went a little bit slower and I went a little bit easier. And it was beautiful. My nanny appeared to mention to me, you don't have to work too hard, you don't have to go as fast as you can, just go gentle. And the love, the happiness, the wellness that rushed through my body was absolutely phenomenal. What I'm saying to you there was, I became aware, I became cognizant of an old pattern, a subconscious belief and a story that I've been telling myself that I'm not enough and I'm not good enough. And that helped me to recognize that, and I could just let it go. And when I let go of the fear and the worry and the I'm not good enough and I'm not doing it right, I experienced the love, the joy, the peace, and that flowed right through my system, and it was beautiful. It was bliss. So what to expect during this breathwork session? What's the layout? What do you need to know? What will you experience? First off, it's done in 3/4 parts. All of the breathwork will be done with you lying flat on the ground. The first part is grounded meditation, where we'll close the mouth, we'll use nasal breathing, we'll use some coherent breathing, we'll also maybe use some body scan or visualization. All of this is done to get our bodies, our systems a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more peaceful, centered, and prepare us for part 2, which is the conscious connected breathing. This is where we'll use mouth breathing to consciously connect the breath in a rhythmic circular fashion. The inhale and the exhale will be joined. There'll be no breaks, there'll be no gap. It'll be like a flow in and out. It's done in 3 steps: belly, chest, exhale. I'll demonstrate that for you now so you'll know what it may sound like or look like while you're lying down. And on the day, I will go through this with a little bit more depth, and I'll demonstrate and I'll help you with this. So I'll put these hands here just so you understand. So we'll breathe deep into the belly, chest, and let the breath fall away. So, or some people may go, this type of breath work is an up-regulating breath work. So it means that we'll raise the breath, we'll raise our rate of breathing. We'll also be raising our heart rate, our blood pressure, and we activate what's known as the fight, flight, freeze part of our nervous system. So this type of breath work may not be suitable for everyone. So we have to use guidelines. We have to keep everybody safe. At this point, you will all have received your waiver form with the contraindications to conscious connected breathing. So if you have experienced coronary heart disease, heart issues, or respiratory difficulties, i.e. COPD or asthma, epilepsy, severe mental health difficulties, i.e. bipolar, schizophrenia, pregnancy, or detached retina, these types of breath work that upregulate your nervous system may not be suited to you. So we have to use safety guidelines. So if any of those conditions are applicable to you, please let me know, because it doesn't mean you can't participate in breath work. It just means that maybe conscious connected breathing may not be suited for you right now. So let us know if you have any of those issues that were just mentioned, and we will take it from there to let you know what way we'll move forward. Here's the thing, conscious connected breathing is a powerful practice and can be challenging to our equilibrium. When you start consciously connected breathing, you may notice shifts in your physical, mental, and emotional. Physically, you may notice some dizziness, some sensations in the body, tightness in the hands, tingling. You may also notice cold or warm flushes. When we start that practice, we dump all the carbon dioxide because we're breathing out of our mouth. So you may feel what's known as tetany. It's just the pH in our blood changing. And we get cramping, we get what's known as claw hands, claw fingers, tightening up in the hands, in the feet. That's all normal as part of the practice, and that will change as soon as you go back to nasal breathing or just breathing normally as you do. Mentally, this is one of the most toughest obstacles to get over, or the shifts to get over. When you start this practice, your mind will start maybe telling you it's not safe, this is not right, I'm not doing it right, this is not working, I'm not going to be okay if I keep following this path, whatever. It's very similar to when you may have started jogging. The first 1k, 2k, your mind will tell you, give up, don't do it, this is not safe, blah, blah, blah. But it is. All I'm asking you to do is come down out of your head, into the body, and just breathe, and that will pass. Then we have the third shift you may know is emotionally. You may feel some bliss, you may feel some happiness, some joy. You may also feel some anger, some irritation, some anxiety. And again, once we get past that thinking mind, we drop into what's known as the subconscious, and stories that may want to move, energy that may want to move, emotion. Remember, emotion is just energy, emotion. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let it rise up and pass out with no judgment. The same as the mind, the same as the physical, the mental, and the emotion. Shifts will just happen. But if we consciously focus on the breath, focus on the conscious connected breathing, that will just all pass, and we'll find a nice rhythm, and we'll have no judgment, no criticism to any experiences that pop up. So that just leaves us for the third and fourth part. The third part is the slowing down, the music change, the introspective and the guided meditation. It'll be a little bit more emotive music. This is where you may notice some shifts in the emotional state. You may feel some bliss, calm, peace, or you may feel some sadness, there may be some tears. But again, we won't be judging any of our experience. We'll just establish the witness, and we'll watch without judgment. And we're not looking for anything. We're not looking for the happiness, the bliss. We're not looking for the sadness or the tears. We're just open to see what happens, see what our experience can be without judgment. Then we'll move into part 4, which is the grounding and integration. Before the meditation closes and the practice closes, we'll ground using our senses, our hands, touch, feel, our breath, just bringing us back into the moment and back into the room. Then we will integrate what we have experienced during the breath work. Again, it will be all non-judgmental. We're not looking for anything to happen. We're not digging up anything. We're just going to explore what needs to move, what energy, what emotion. Remember, emotion is just energy, emotion. Whatever wants to come up will come up. Whatever doesn't, it doesn't. So we'll be open-minded with a curious and compassionate heart. So I think that's enough information for now. You're probably a little bit overloaded. Thanks for staying with this video. So I'll just remind you that you'll be safe. You'll be guided right the way through this process. I've got you. We got you. All is good. So at this stage, you may have received the email with the safety guidelines. Please let us know if you have any concerns, or if you've received the waiver, please send that over. Either or, let us know. You have my email, or if you have my WhatsApp, you can send me a message. If not, you can get me on matt@magicminds.ie. Have a fantastic day, and as always, mind your little self. Bye bye.